Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. If you've been following the channel, you know I like my Japanese Les Paul Customs, and the latest in my collection is this beautiful El Degas. I picked up this guitar a few months ago. It was in pretty bad shape, so I managed to get a relatively decent deal on it. It wasn't playable the way I found it. It had very rusty strings, extremely high action. The neck I don't think was even straight, and everything was kind of loose. It needed some TLC, but a made in Japan I can't resist, so I picked it up, gave it a thorough service, lowered the action, straightened the neck, etc., and it was still buzzing. I finally realized that it was due to the pickup ring that was installed. So probably someone had gone and replaced the pickup ring because it broke, and they used a thicker one, something like you see on a bridge on a curved Les Paul. So it had that thickness to it, and that was actually slightly higher than the fretboard, so you could barely notice it unless you really went and started to troubleshoot. But after identifying that problem, it was a simple fix. Just got some very flat pickup rings, and now the guitar is set so low, so I probably have to raise the action, but it's one of the lowest actions I have, and especially for a Les Paul, that's crazy. Now, compared to my Hondo or the other clones I have here, this is the lightest. I won't say it's a light guitar, but it's definitely not a boat anchor like the others. So that's a pro for this Degas. Another thing is the neck is bound. So even if you look at these two together, you can barely tell the difference, right? But the Hondo is much heavier. It doesn't have a bound fretboard, and there's a lot more wear on the Hondo compared to the Degas. This is hardly played, Up close, it's really pretty. It's got a much better fit and finish than the Hondo. But the pickups are a bit of a letdown. They're very, very thin. They have an almost unique tone to them. Now, instead of just going and changing the pickups, I decided to work with them, and I kicked on an octave pedal. And the moment I did that, it just gave me a whole different instrument, and I came up with two compositions right away. It's Surya and Echoes. I'm going to play you a little snippet from both the compositions. Have a listen. If you haven't checked out these two songs, go check them out. I'll put a link at the end of this video. I'm going to try and keep this guitar as original as possible. So, despite the tuners being just okay, I'll leave them as is. I will change the pickups because I want a better tone out of this guitar. Everything else is going to stay stock. They've all got their made in Japan stamps at the back, and even the electronics are perfectly fine. It's got that typical grey wiring that you see on all these early Japanese, or I would say Far East imports. So there you go, guys. Let me know what you thought of this guitar. Hey, if you have a Degas, drop me a line as well. Let me know how yours is shaping up for you. Hey, if you like this video, give me a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. With that, I'll see you on my next update. Bye now.